Good morning, traders and investors. Roger Scott here, senior strategist for The Trading Pub. It's Wednesday. It's November 22nd. It sure as heck feels like Friday, I'll tell you. Everybody's off tomorrow, and then Friday's a really meaningless day in the market. I don't even know if I'll be doing any trading, but it's a half day. But it feels like a Friday. A lot of folks are taking off. It's one of the biggest travel holidays, if not the biggest travel holidays of the year. So I wouldn't expect too much follow through and volume, but I said the same thing yesterday, and yesterday we actually had really good follow through and volume. So every day is different. We just can't predict when algorithms are going to start hitting the funds and when they're going to start hitting the market. Before I forget, if you haven't subscribed to my Telegram channel, you're literally missing out big. Yes, you are. Just go to rogerscott.com/Telegram, rogerscott.com/Telegram. And if you want to get these videos nice and early in the morning, and I highly recommend you do, just go to the YouTube channel and go to the search bar and go to roger-scott.com, and you'll hit the channel and subscribe and hit the bell and the like button, and you'll get a notification on your computer whenever we post a new video. And I usually do it at about 8:30 in the morning, nice and early before the market opens, to give you a good hour and a half to get things going. So here we are. And if you want to email me, you can email me at roger@rogerscott.com. So you can see here the Nasdaq is up 67, which is slightly over 50, which is a little bit beyond random, but not much. I don't want to make more of it than it is. The Dow's up 34. That's really random. The big news, and I mean the big news, is NVDA. And I wrote on the Telegram channel, and I told everybody that NVIDIA has a habit of outperforming the market. The stock was near all-time highs yesterday. It actually rallied a little bit towards the end of the day, just a hair, just a little bit right here. It's hard to see because this is distorting this price action, but you could see here it rallied about 5 points in the last hour of the day right here. Very, very significant. The earnings were good. The numbers were solid. It's the forward-looking statements, slow down in some regions. I'll talk about that more when I talk about the economy. But NVIDIA is definitely giving us some tailwind today. I don't know. There were some guys talking about it going down yesterday. I don't know why you would talk about, I don't know why anybody would talk about stocks that are near all-time highs being bearish or going down when the stock before earnings went up from 400 to 500. That just doesn't make any sense. But our numbers were good. They were very positive. We're not seeing the volatility we had last quarter when the stock was going up and down 100 points. Oy vey. But it is up almost a full percent point. And basically, my biggest concern is that it's not down 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 points, putting this market in a disarray. I'll take this any day of the week. I'd rather see this and the stock get it up after the market opens, or maybe not. But this is really a good way to start the day versus something unstable, especially when liquidity is bad. So I'll take this. I'll take this, and I'll take this any day of the week. Looking at economy, we've got durable goods orders today. This is important. This is a big report, and it'll have a significant impact on interest rate sensitive stocks like utilities, like consumer staples, like real estate, financials. Jobless claims, not expecting anything at all there. I mean, this is going to be a nothing burger. And then consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment is an important report. And remember something. The moves today, and this is what I was just talking about when I was talking about NVIDIA, the moves today could be exaggerated, slightly exaggerated, because liquidity is lower, because people are looking forward to eating their turkey, they're traveling, they're out of town, they're not thinking about the market. So that's a recipe. Low liquidity and big news equals a lot of volatility, which could be beneficial for us or not, depending on how if it's sustainable or just reverting. And it can go either way, so we got to be extra careful, and we got to keep our powder dry. So obviously, we don't really trade before 10 a.m. We just reposition or get out of our long positions or shorts, but all the action will happen after 10, after consumer sentiment. So make sure you keep an eye on that. I also told you a little while ago about the bond market. And I told you that the bond market, the long bond, this is 20-year plus, this is what I look at, it's breaking out of this channel. And this is an ascending triangle. And I told you that if this breaks higher, the stock market will go bullish. If this breaks down, the stock market will go bearish. Well, we clearly broke up to the upside. Interest yield is going down. And as you could see here, stocks are in fact positive. So there's a very, very strong correlation between the long bond and the overall stock market. But this is bullish. This is a bullish bias. So once again, when I saw this and when I saw NVIDIA beating estimates, I had a feeling things were going to be to the upside. It was 70-30, 70% that things were going to go, at least in the morning, better, and then 30% not. And we got what we wanted. NVIDIA did do well, and it is going to help the market. It's a huge FANG stock. So at least it's not going to give us like a 30, 40-point cushion or anything like that. Let's talk a little bit about global economy, what we can expect, and what we've got to look forward to. Treasury yield continues to fall. That, remember, opposite relationship. Yield continues to fall means bonds going higher. Bonds mean lower means yield is increasing. There's an inverse relationship between yield and bonds. NVIDIA chip maker, we're digesting those news right now. The stock was down 1% pre-open, which is, remember, it was down 20% last quarter pre-open. And now it's up like $4, $3.75, $4. So it's pretty stable. Bracing for a slew of U.S. economic data, which I talked about. The jobless claims is going to be a nothing burger, but consumer sentiment and durable goods are important. NVIDIA provided guidance that topped analyst estimates but failed to meet the high expectation of shareholders. Well, excuse me, who have been heavily betting on artificial intelligence. I'm going to tell you right now, this artificial intelligence is just tech, folks. Just call it tech. The company said it anticipates a significant decrease in sales of China. We knew that coming. That was obvious. That was priced into the market due to recent export control measures. Yes, thank you, China. By Biden, and thank you, Biden. NVIDIA noted that this decline will be offset by growth in other regions. And as I mentioned, the stock seems to be up right now pretty good before the open. It was down about 1%, which is, again, I'll take that any day of the week. No major downside. Minutes were actually slightly hawkish. And this keeps, folks don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you, they are not lying to us anymore. They're being totally straightforward now. They were BSing us for a long, long time, and I was calling them on it on every turn. But right now, they are really being in line. They're saying exactly what I'm saying. We are in a position where we've done a lot of things, a lot of interest rate hikes very, very quickly. It's time to sit back and see the impact of it. Nobody can tell you anything right now because they just don't know. And they can't say we don't know. They can't. But this is what they're saying. Proceed carefully, policy decisions at every meeting, some time, restrictive levels for some time. They're buying time. They're buying time. That's all they're doing. They have zero idea. Would you rather they say we have zero idea if inflation's going to go up or not, and we just want to wait and see what happens? Because that's really what the answer is. Now, I think what they're doing is working. It seems to be working, but nobody will know till at least another 3-4 months if it really is working the way we want to, because there's a lot of global factors involved and so forth. So inflation is definitely cooling. It's moving in the right direction, but no, they're not going to give you any guarantees. Lowe's slid more than 3%. I think they had earnings that were not up to par. Dick's did better than expected. Existing home sales didn't do nearly as well as new construction. That's very interesting and something we have to keep an eye on. There is now a 26% chance that the Fed is going to lower rates in March. If you were to put a gun to their head right now, they would tell you that the odds of them knowing what's going to happen in March are about 0 right now. So very hard to say. Very, very hard to say. We got durable good orders today. We've got jobless claims. We've got consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Don't you dare do anything before 10 a.m. Europe up slightly, giving us some tailwind. Positive corporate news is helping U.S. China closed lower, not giving us any tailwind. And if Biden didn't pull a fast one with the chips and China, I can assure you NVIDIA would be up even more. That Biden, he's a frisky one. New energy stocks led the decline on Wednesday, according to Reuters. Chinese government will recommend economic growth target of 20 in a range of 4.5% to 5.5%. So nothing really crazy from China. Japan closed slightly higher again. Weaker yen lifted export-oriented stocks, utilities, and healthcare and basic materials. So we're not really getting much tailwind, but we're not really getting much opposition from Asia or China. NVIDIA was down about 1% pre-open. I think it's up about 1% right now, but it was looking good when I checked last time. Yeah, up about 0.75. It's been in this ballpark all morning. As long as nothing happens drastic in the next hour, it'll open flat or positive, which is a big, big win for us. Now, as far as sectors, I've been trying to tell you this, but nobody pays attention. Well, some of you do pay attention. If you look at the cumulative, technology, semiconductors, home builders, but what are utilities doing here? See, it's screwed up. It's screwed up, and retail's down here, energy, healthcare's down there, Russell's now down there. Now look at it the last 3 weeks. Semiconductors, home builders, technology, QQQ, consumer discretionary. Now we're talking. Now this is making some sense. Tech and speculative on top, everything else on the bottom, blue chips on the bottom. What about the last week, though? Let's take a look. Financials, retail, healthcare, basic materials, industrial. Look where semiconductors are now. Look where tech is. Do you remember I told you about 3-4 days ago that I anticipate technology to start cooling off and blue chips, the stocks that have been lagging behind, are going to start rising? Well, this is the last 5 days. Retail, financial, basic materials, industrial. I mean, it's not perfect, but you could very clearly see that 3 weeks ago, technology, home builders, that's growth, technology, interest rate sensitive, QQQ, communication, the consumer, they're all here. Like the only thing that's missing from here is the Russell 2000, right? Everything else, speculative. But look last week, financial, retail. Retail is also speculative, but less so. But healthcare, basic material, industrial, that's blue chips. That's blue chips. So you could very clearly see that some of the tech stocks are starting to cool off, and some of the blue chips, like Dollar General, for example, consumer staples, defensive stocks, are starting to get a little bit of a lift. They were all the way down, but they're getting some degree of a lift. So there's definitely a shift happening right now. How long that shift happens, I don't know, but there is a shift happening right now. Now, today is Wednesday, and Wednesday I always promise to give you some actionable red meat. So let me give you some stocks that I'm liking right now. Uber still, remember, Uber's expected to be in the S&P 500 over the next quarter. Whether it happens or not is a whole different story, but the expectation is there. Uber. Now, I told you about Uber over here, and now it's 10% higher, and I still like Uber. What other stocks do I like right now? Well, let's take a look. I like Visa right now. I like financials right now. I like AIG right now. I like T-Mobile right now. And I really like Ross Store right now. So we got Ross Store. So I'll give you a few. Ross Store, CrowdStrike, AIG, T-Mobile, Visa. I like the financials. And Uber. I like those stocks to the upside. I know I'm giving you several, but I really like those stocks. If you want a safer bet, AIG would probably be a safer bet. Visa and Uber, those would be the safest ones. And again, don't go crazy because it's a holiday season and you've got weekend coming up and option decay. On the 20-week lows, let's see what's breaking down. Oh my. Whew. Right here. FNV, SPB. I know somebody who may be short this stock actually. PCRX, I gave you this stock yesterday. Look at this descending triangle. I mean, it's like couldn't get any more classic. Cactus. So these are stocks you definitely want to start looking at. If these stocks are breaking down now, can you imagine how they're going to break down if the market falls apart? So FNV, PCRX, I gave you this one yesterday in the VIP room, and Cactus, I gave you this a few days ago in the VIP room. So WHD, PCRX, and FNV, and also this sucker right here. We're short this right now we're short the stock right now in the day trading room. We've been short the stock for a few days. I think if it doesn't start rallying, I think we're going to start coming back down. It's right at the 8-day MA. We got in like right here. We're down like 50 cents on it right now, something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark, maybe 70 cents. I don't know, but I'm looking for it to come down. So you want the weakest stocks right now on the way up, and you want the strongest stocks on the way down. You want the strongest stocks on the way up, and you want the weakest stocks on the way down. I can't believe I said it backwards. Now, folks, before I let you go, are you tired? Are you tired of the old trading slip-ups haunting your portfolio? Are you craving the insider's edge of a Wall Street whiz, right? Well, if that's the case, it's definitely time to unveil the Pro Trader Dashboard, your trading revolution. And by the way, as early as 10 days from now, it's going to be available for TradingView too, not just Thinkorswim. I wanted to didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be available for TradingView, so you'll be able to use it anywhere in the world. Not just US, you'll be able to use it in Canada, Asia, anywhere you can get TradingView. Just go to tradingview.com. If you can get it, you'll be able to use the Pro Trader dashboard. Now, it's not just a tool. It's years and years and years. I've put 30 years of market experience. Almost in January, next month or 2 months, it'll be 30 years that I've been doing this. 30 years of market experience into this, and condensed it into over 3,000 lines of code. Just copy and paste it into Thinkorswim and watch the transformation begin. I'm talking crystal clear price action, relative strength indicators, pure unadulterated trading logic, and it's all baked in for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Stop reinventing the wheel. Strip away the clutter of gimmicky indicators and zoom in on what truly counts for day-to-day trading. Are you ready for the ultimate market advantage? It's here, and it couldn't be simpler. Stay alert, follow through, and watch as the dashboard helps turn the tide in your favor. Click the link below for the full scoop and help take your trading to the next level. And again, it's going to be available for TradingView. Yes, not just that clunky Thinkorswim. And in the future, we'll make it for other platforms like TC2002, hopefully. But for now, it will be available for TradingView like soon. We're just putting in the final touches. Have a great holiday weekend. Send me emails at roger@rogerscott.com. Join our Telegram channel. Go to rogerscott.com/Telegram. Check out our YouTube channel. And have a great Turkey Day tomorrow. And I'll see you all on Friday. Bye.